Hello, Twitch. Give me one more moment. I don't know if you noticed, if anyone's been watching the stream, I've been cleaning up the bottom bar on there. Good morning to you, Catalina. And last one. There we go. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry it took me a second there. To better explain, all the stuff down here on the very bottom of the screen, that bottom bar there. I was correcting some of the spacing there. Still got to work on the latest donor there a little bit. How is everyone? Happy Sunday to you. We're starting a new theme today. We're going to be doing wine foods all week. The first two nights are going to be different Zinfandels. This one's a little bit on the cheaper side. I mean, it's a $7.50, maybe $8 bottle, depending on where you are. Maybe even $7 or cheaper if you can find it on a deal. And I'm going to be using that a little bit to drink, just because there's going to be a little bit left over, but primarily going to be using that to cook our ribs tonight, which you see right down here. And they're amazing butchery skills here on their ribs. Look at all this lovely extra meat we got on here. Zinfandels were really my entry to more drinking wine. I mean, I had a wine education earlier, and I'd tried most things, but getting into enjoying wine on my own, I guess is the best way I could say it, was drinking Zinfandels to start, because they were the heavier, bolder, richer, manlier flavors. You get all those tobaccos and leathers and so I mean it was really where I started off in that, and then I got into doing ones that are a bit lighter, a bit brighter, that worked with other foods. So we got coffee. Fresh pack of beans here. I've been enjoying the last couple of cups here. Come on, heat up. It's a little bit under, so I'm going to force it to warm back up a little bit. Ooh, I need to take stock out. Do I have pork stock in here? Yes. Going to be using some of the pork stock or pork broth. I've got a free thing of ice cube trays. So essentially I'm just going to defrost this, fill up my ice cube tray, and whatever's left is going to be used in the braising for the ribs. Welcome in, Clipper. How we doing this evening? Hopefully we are happy, healthy, and well. We also got some other goodies here for the rest of the stuff tonight. Gonna do some mashed potatoes. I've got some green pepper and green onion and carrot that are gonna go towards a macaroni salad. And we got some anchos? Yeah, pasilla anchos, dried. I'm going to use those in with the ribs as well. I'm going to use a bunch of stuff in with the ribs as far as flavor. Not quite sure what that noise was. I've been pretty good. Walked to the store today and picked up all the groceries for today and a couple bottles of wine. While that's going, let's get this broth defrosting. Just gonna slice the bag open. We actually have quite a few of them here in California. This one is from sort of like the central California, the middle of the salad bowl, as they call it. The central growing region. Lodi's right there in the middle. Nice. Well, that's where tonight's wine is from. I believe tomorrow night's wine, which is a bit nicer of a Zinfandel, is Sonoma. Yeah, it's Sonoma. I mean, it's certainly not cab as far as grapes here, but you find some Zinfandels here. That's funny you don't find Zinfandels out there, because I remember the big supermarket craze of yellowtail, and that was like Zinfandel was like their wine that they imported, and it was the epitome of, for a little while there, was our supermarket wine. Yeah, it's getting really slow and tired now. These batteries are getting really low. Happy Sunday, folks. Cheers. Let's get right into these ribs. Where is my... That is in the refrigerator, I believe. That it is. It's over there with my steak and bacon that I still haven't dealt with. Let's deal with our bacon. I haven't given this enough flip time all on one side, all that good jazz. So I am going to flip that over and return that to the fridge. And we will come back to this hopefully tomorrow. I'll remember, hopefully. I was supposed to deal with this on Friday. But if you remember, it's coated in salt and stuff, and so while this is not exactly the desired situation, it's not the end of the world. All right, so we got our ribs with extra meat. Making noises back there. And we're going to figure out how wide we want to go with this. I have knives out still. I do not. This gap here is shouting out to me. Maybe you should do this one, but I'm going to do this one anyways. So just cutting this down a bit to start. That way it easily fits in our half hotel pan. I'm going to get the oven started to a little over 200. And we're going to put a mixture together that we're going to coat these ribs in. Hey, Ozzy, welcome in. We'll start off with some brown sugar. That's about right. We'll just finish off the bag. Cumin, smoked paprika, since I'm thinking about it. Not our battle. But Hawaiian black salt, which has got a bunch of charcoal and a bit of smoky flavor to it. I'm going to use that as my primary salt for coating the ribs. If only because I've had this stuff for several years and it needs to go. So we're going to use it. Oops. Sorry. Bump that again. I don't know, maybe just me. But when you have a lot of pepper smell, it sort of reminds me of that new shoe slash rubber slash glue smell. That was chili powder. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Dried thyme. Dried oregano. Seasoning powder. All right, we'll give that a mix up. And then we're going to brush these with yellow mustard. Ooh, battle. Thank you for the reminder. Uh-oh, they're coming for a ranged. Get back, turn around, tanks. Turn around, tanks. Oh, our healer. No. Oh, is that a mage? What is that? It's sending fireballs. It's not healing people. Uh-oh. It's a toughie. We lost this one already once. We're gonna pull this one out last minute. Victory. Victory. Ultra Michimus and Catalina getting those kills and assists. Honorable mentions for Linjay for kills. Catalina getting the scrolls. Ooh, all sorts of goodies to start off the night for me here. Giving me all sorts of gold. It's our oven coming to temp for braising our ribs. Like, they keep going. They're like, I have to scroll to get all of these rewards for this. Not that far, though. Well, thank you, Catalina. I'm just going to start out right in the middle here. Put my tank right here. Alright, back to cooking. We'll pay a little bit more attention to the game a little bit later. I'll say that I'm not forgetting the fact that I'm making some yeast rolls tonight. This just needs to get done first. And turn the heat off of the stock since it's all melted now. Stock, broth, like I said, whatever you want to call it. Next, we're gonna get our stock and pour that into this loveliness here. I need to pour that using something a little bit easier to pour with, though. Oh, you look wonderfully clean. Just gonna pour it into a glass. Hope that it's not too hot for the glass. Yeah, I'm worried about the heat with this glass because it's just a simple drinking glass. Don't have anything handy as far as plastic to use for this. Ooh, that's what I can use. Hi there, chat. Mahario coffee pour. Not my old one, not my current one. But I'll use this one for coffee again later. I'll just give it a good clean. There's about half that bag to fill that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 13. Then silicone cover that barely closes down on it all. We'll let that cool down a little bit before we try and put that in the fridge, in the freezer. But this, the rest of this loveliness is going in with our pork. This is going to be our braising container over here. Ah. I'm always using the wrong type of key This is a Bordeaux key. It's not intended for your typical wine bottle. Oh, just open, why won't you? Got you to start. Oh. Cooperate with me, cork, please. Man, that cork was in there. Particle cork, but it's branded. Using a little more than half, 60% or so of the bottle, 2 cups. Adding that into our braising liquid. And then 2 cups of water. We have our dried peppers. I'll put one of those in there. Layer our ribs in there, if only to get the board a bit clearer. All this loveliness just going over the top of it. As well as all of this. Heck, I do with it. It just disappears quicker. Put the mustard away. A little bit of onion in there, a little bit of garlic in there. We're just going to give that a good smash. Just toss it in whole. Paper and all. After all, it's just dried garlic anyways. Then we're going to take this, wrap that in plastic wrap, throw it in the oven and sort of forget about it. Oops, there goes my wine key. All right, and that's going in the oven. Oops. Whoever designed this clock / timer on this thing, horrible job. Like, it picks the worst points to switch to multiples. Like, you go 1 to 10 and immediately switch to doing tens. And so, and then you do a full hour and then it jumps to doing full hours. And so when you want to do 2 hours like I just did now, it went to 3 before I was able to stop it. Because I'm old and slow. bread. Bread. Next up is making some bread. We'll get our yeast going here quick. Brand new bottle, but it's right on its due date, so trying to use that up quick. Turn the kettle on, get that warming up. It's a happy Sunday to everyone. What's new? What's happening? What's exciting? Hey, Bun Buns. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to wait until this gets up to 170-ish, because it's going to have to warm up the dairy for adding in with the yeasties. And like 110 is like baseline where you want your temperature for getting yeast started. 120, 130, they're happy. 135, 40, they start getting unhappy. Nice! I've got this pot back here, but I've been meaning to get a succulent for. And I saw a whole bunch of them outside of the store today, and I was so tempted until I realized that I was walking to the store and it wasn't going to be very convenient to walk home with a plant. So, skip that. But that was actually something I was looking at today. Little pinch of flour there on top of our yeast. Well, let me rephrase. I did all of my shopping for today and tomorrow, so I was lugging back 2 of my self-owned bags with 2 bottles of wine, a whole bunch of veggies, a rack of ribs, a steak for tomorrow. We'll give that a moment to wake up. We'll get some flour over here. Some other goodies ready for when that yeast does wake up. And since I have it, and I think it'll probably be beneficial to our dinner rolls, I'm going to try mixing in a little bit of this powdered dairy. Monday is going to be New York strip steak. It's going to be roasted red skin potatoes. It's going to be Brussels with a vinaigrette and a Sonoma County Zinfandel. Haven't decided for sure, but probably going to do a pan sear on the steak. I mean, I could get the grill pan out. That's a possibility. I could, if I was feeling really ambitious, which this isn't going to happen, but could happen, potentially could happen. I'll get the hibachi out, or the teppanyaki grill that I have. But that's a project. We want anything interesting in our rolls as far as flavoring tonight? I definitely want some salt and pepper in my rolls. Onion and cheddar. I have the cheddar. I have the onion too. No, that was a little bit. Actually, I'm going to make that a reality for you, Bun Buns. Just to try it out. But not in the way that you're probably thinking. Yeah, we're going to use some onion and cheese powder. Shaking this up good because my onion powder is all dried up and clumped up. A good healthy shake of onion powder in there too. There, we got onion cheddar rolls for dinner tonight. Last minute, get units on the battlefield. Last minute. I've sort of found this cheddar powder somewhat lacking. I have had cheddar powders from a local spice shop. Granted, I think they were considerably more pricey. But this is more like cheddar I want to like sprinkle on top of my popcorn. It's got that same sort of like fake buttery flavor to it as well. It's not really cheddary to me, if you get what I mean. It's tasty, but it's more like, yeah, like popcorn seasoning. War. No problem. Victory. Victory. We took some heavy loss. They took more losses there than I thought. We still had a pretty good battle there. Div Wilson getting the gold. Wallowjet getting the kills. Catalina getting the assists. Honorable mention for Lin J. Healing's great for getting assists on battles. Flag carriers are great for getting assists on battles. Just keep in mind that I don't think the healers stack either. That they're bonuses that you get off of them, like the bonuses you get off of a flag carrier. You don't get extra bonuses because there's extra flag carriers. However, if the army does split up, I'm putting a monk up in the top corner here. We're gonna close off the bottom one here. Who knows what'll pop up? Obviously, there's gonna be more stuff. Put them where it needs to be, but the spell is probably gonna be around me. That or where all the enemies are. One of the two. All right, we got some nice foamy yeast action going on here now. That's all nice and happy. It's all rising to the top there as I shook it. We're going to mix that in with our flour now. What you ordering? You're ordering from the restaurant, right? Awesome. All right, I'm going to ball this up and allow this to proof a bit. Let's use that same bowl that I was originally mixing the dough with. I'll let that just hang out. No. Well, depends on the type of bun. Because bun is sort of like less so is rolls. Both of them can be different things too. Like pizza roll is definitely not what I'm thinking of making this evening. As neither is like a cinnamon bun or a steamed dumpling bun. I would think that bun is probably more Asian in its origin, and roll is maybe a bit more English. Maybe French. Ooh, I'd be hot and sweaty. Okay, what's our next projects for tonight? We need taters cut up and in water. Can do that. Now I'm just going to quarter these. Especially since they're mostly pear-shaped. This makes me think that they are not Yukon Gold, which is my preferred. I'm finding there's a whole bunch of different varieties of gold potatoes out there that have a wide variety of different textures, from what I think of as the standard of golds as being the Yukon Gold potatoes. I've had them being way too waxy, way too compared to the Yukons, which are much more buttery. So if you're buying gold potatoes, pay attention to what you're buying. Because these ones I don't think are going to be... These are already feeling a little bit more waxy to me than they should be, and they're looking that way too. I guess that goes for all things when it comes to buying food, but it's a new one to me. Actually, I'm going to boil this over here. But before that, we're going to get our pasta going. Large elbow macaroni. Big ones, the ones you want for your mac and cheese. Or in this case, your macaroni salad. Big boys. They don't look that huge, but you compare them to the practically microscopic, typically elbow ones you see when they're dry. These are considerably larger. This is almost like they made linguine into elbows. Where is that? It's in the sink. Nice high flame underneath that. And take that down to decent boil flame. Turn around in circles looking for your lid. Let that come up to a cook. Meanwhile, chop up a carrot. Throw the rest in the fridge. Somewhat messy, but somewhat messy on purpose. Yeah, I'm going to use mayo. It's not going to be too complicated. Too different. Just a... Thank you, Kata. And turn that pasta, and just let that sit now and leave it about 10 minutes or so. Italian grandmothers rolling in their grave. No salt. Not 5 gallons of water. Come on, skin peel off. Welcome in dinner with Mom. How's your evening going? Or morning if you're out in Australia like Catalina. 4 minutes left to get some units out there on the battlefield for Stream Raiders. I should have done this differently. Oh well. Hey, Trigger. Welcome, welcome. Congrats on your new wall ornament I saw on, somewhere. Instagram, Twitter, or something. So this all gets mixed together. For everyone else wondering what's going on, what I'm talking about in chat, Trigger is a paramedic. Not quite sure of his exact title. And was just awarded for saving some lives. What would the difference between the two be? Level of education? Is there different focuses? Awesome. Go to war and kill a bunch of stuff. Victory. That was a much quicker one there. Catalina getting those assists. Honorable mentions and the kills to Joseph. Couple of Div Wilson there. 200 gold going to Pizza Lottery. Congrats to you. That's a nice pickup. I'm going to start up here. I'll put my Berserker out here. We're going to want a couple armored on the back side here to all this to protect us from that coming behind us if we don't take this out first. Leave that open to everyone too. But spell will be over here probably. Okay, so let's see what else we got going on in the game here. Not much in here right now with this theme. All right, back to mac salad. Now we need to start adding some of the more interesting stuff here. Quote unquote interesting. Hey, maybe you got more coming your way. I'm not making the mayo tonight. I've got some pre-made stuff. It's got an amazing amount of air whipped into it. Dijon. I'm not going light with it either. Actually, I'm going to use up this jar. Garlic powder. Salt. Gotta add all that pasta in there too. Pepper. Focus, camera. Focus. Focus. Why you no focus? The last thing I'm adding in here, as far as spices and seasonings, is powdered ginger. And pretty heavy with that too. Now let's mix in all that pasta. Trigger. I don't think it comes from ground up hair. My grip still isn't there with my shoulder stuff. You just got to break up the pasta a little bit because it sticks a little bit this way, but once it all gets happy, it'll be happy. And you of course want to mix this while it's nice and warm so that that pasta absorbs some of that flavor as it cools down. I mean, you can see the mustard there. You can see the mustard's, well, if it wants to focus, but I mean, you can see the mustard seeds in there. And as that cools, that's just going to thicken even more. You want to garnish it. Sesame seeds, either white or black, or a combination of the two. You also do parsley or other herbs, but we'll let that hang out and cool down. Turn our potatoes on to start cooking. And come back here to our bread, which is definitely proofed some. Yeah, it's a bit bigger than it used to be. We're going to turn this into 4 dinner rolls. I can't find a good tricolor pasta. All the ones around here are junk. Sort of like the concept of tricolor pasta. It does taste quite lovely. So, folding these so that they're dry on the inside. All the drier part is on the inside of the dough balls. Just folding them in on themselves. Then pinching them into nice smoother exterior. And then continuing that by balling. Pulling these tauter and tauter as I go, hopefully making that smaller as I go as well. And in the center, which it wasn't. I'm just gonna live with that. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just doing some simple dinner rolls. But ideally, you want that smooth. And if you sit there and fuss and play with it long enough, you can get it perfectly smooth. Just sitting there from the beginning, it's gotten that much bigger. You notice these were all relatively equal. That's just proofing. Sheet pan parchment. Just to have these ready. And then I'm going to try and eyeball them so that they rise or proof into each other. So that they just barely touch. And we'll egg wash those before they go in the oven. But we've got another hour, which is making me turn my potatoes off. We got another hour to hang out here until our ribs are even done with their first part of the cook. I'm going to give this a shot just to see what it's like for seasoning. See if we need more salt or anything in there with that. Nope. We're tasting pretty good right there. It's still a little too warm, but that's going to be lovely once it cools down. Yeah. I think I'm going to take a breather here. I'm going to take a 10-15 minute AFK. We'll come back in 14 minutes for Stream Raiders. See you in a few minutes. I'm going to sit down and rest since we got an hour to wait on that oven.
If you've ever been to Venice, you remember the gondolas and the picturesque waterways. And you remember the food, too. Superb food, prepared with that very special Italian touch. The same special Italian touch that Chef Boyardee sauce with meat can give to your meals over here. Because the recipe for this tangy sauce has been brought over from Italy by this famous Italian chef. Chef Boyardee sauce with meat is made from juicy, sun-ripened tomatoes and tender quality beef, simmered in a spicy sauce that makes a rice and cheese loaf, a casserole, or a spaghetti dish a real Italian-style dish. So when you'd like to add that special Italian touch to your dinner, do it with Chef Boyardee sauce with meat. Try Chef Boyardee sauce with mushrooms, too. Both are prepared from the chef's own Italian recipe. When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light, that's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with power protein, plus vitamin B1 for Go Power. And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open, quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy, ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist, and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open, simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test cottage cheese in new, ready-to-serve portions. Get some soon.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat, the best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
There's no other box of facial tissues like this. Scotty's new Magic Oval box. Only Scotty's give you tissues that float up gently, one at a time, and come out in neat handfuls, too, because there's a Magic Oval inside every new Scotty's box. Only Scotty's Magic Oval can give you tissues that float up, smooth and easy. No tugging, no tearing, no extra tissues tagging along. And Scotty's Magic Oval does even more. It lets you reach in for tissues by the handful, all neatly folded, just right for pocket or purse. Scotty's new Magic Oval box is pretty, too. And inside, soft, strong, sneeze-proof Scotty's. Remember, for tissues that float up smoothly and come out in neatly folded handfuls, look for Scotty's pretty new Magic Oval box, the only one of its kind.
And now, from the popular comic strip Peanuts, here are Charlie Brown and his friend.
Why, thank you, Charlie Brown. Thank you, Charlie Brown. What's the occasion? Has Charlie Brown had another baby sister? No. Ford has new economy twins. So he's passing out chocolate cigars to everyone. Everyone? Yes, everyone.
You bet your boots, everyone. 'Cause it's just like they said. We've got something big to celebrate. And here it is. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960. The economy choice of a lifetime. Oh, I'll bet you've never seen a prettier twosome than this. There's the new size Ford, the Falcon. And next to it, the large economy size Ford, the Fairlane 500. You know, the 60 Fords were featured in the recent issue of Vogue magazine. And when you run your eyes over the elegant good looks of this Fairlane 500, it's sure easy to see why Vogue says Ford means a fashion success. And all this all-new beauty is yours for an all-new price. That's right. This roomier, more luxurious Fairlane 500 is actually priced a whopping $142 less than last year. And as for this pretty Falcon over here, well, just wait till you check its price sticker. It's America's lowest priced six-passenger car. In fact, it's priced up to $124 less than the other compact cars. Look 'em over in your Ford dealer showroom. Two new Fords, two wonderful new ways to go the finest. Ford's Economy Twins for 1960.
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food. Or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
3, 2, 1, blast! She's up. Come in ideal countdown control. Ready for second launching.
Atlas moving into position.
Fuel her up.
All set.
Countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! There she goes!
Yes, you can be in command of your own ideal countdown. It's a real electronic missile base. You sit at the controls and move missiles into place. You count down. You blast off. You track the flight. The ideal countdown comes complete with moon missile and lunar probe, as well as a giant atlas. Get your electronic ideal countdown now, wherever good toys are sold.
It's a wonderful toy. It's ideal.
Hey, kids, look what's new. A brand new cereal just for you. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package. See? Inside, delicious, crispy, crinkly stars. And outside, a real storybook. All about Twinkles, the magic elephant. See him fly with his rotor tail. Watch him do tricks with his magic trunk. Meet Twinkle's friends. Fulton the inventor, Sanford the parrot, Wilbur the monkey, and more. Read all about their adventures on every storybook package of Twinkles. And wait till you taste those golden little stars, filled with the goodness of energy oats and corn. Remember, only Twinkles has the storybook package. Just tear the magic line and your storybook opens. Twinkles, the new star-shaped cereal in the storybook package.
Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread gives you 7 ounces of non-fat milk solids in every loaf, the equal of 90 quarts a year if you serve it regularly. Every sandwich you make, every snack, gives you extra milk. For wonderful flavor combined with sound food values, serve Schmidt's Blue Ribbon Bread in the pantry pack. Everybody needs energy-packed Sunbeam bread. Yes, it's all aboard for fun in the park, but Junior hasn't got energy enough for fun. He'd sure like to ride that horse. Hey, what's this? An energy-packed Sunbeam sandwich. You bet every delicious slice of Sunbeam bread sure does pack a big energy wallop. There's nothing like Sunbeam Energy to help you stay on the beam. Now, look at 'em go. On Sunbeam Energy, they sure do enjoy life. Everybody needs the kind of real zip and zing pep that delicious Sunbeam bread gives you. Yes, stay on the beam with energy-packed Sunbeam bread. All day long, eat Sunbeam bread and renew energy as you burn it up. Eat delicious Sunbeam bread.
It's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. Completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see.
The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity.
The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience, it comes apart. Add additional ingredients if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why,
It's only 10 1/2 inches high.
stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself.
Make party spreads.
Great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice-cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Folks, why do you eat Wheaties?
We like it.
But did you know it's always been whole wheat with all the bran, and bran is one of nature's best sources of food fiber.
That's news to us.
Wheaties breakfast this morning?
Sure, it helps me feel fit.
But do you know Wheaties has bran fiber your body may need?
That's news to me.
Why Wheaties?
Oh, we love the taste.
Have for years. But do you know for years you've been getting something extra for your diet? Bran fiber?
Well, that's news to me.
Wheaties. It's brand news.
A pleasure, Milton. In just a moment, we'll see how well Milton does at the Pentagon.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Let's see, can we get everything in this battle under one spell? Looking like a tough battle here. Not making a lot of progress here. We're losing units. We're down to ranged. Ugh. No. No. Ooh. Let's try the bottom this time. Put my tiny tank down here. Third time's not the charm. It still didn't go where I wanted it to. We'll sort of do the same thing as last time. And we'll try and get our spell to be around me here. And again, we're going to have to fight on both sides. So... So how is everyone tonight? Since we're going to be hanging out now and just chatting. He says, realizing he should change his category to just chatting. We're just waiting for these to proof. We're waiting on our stuff in the oven. Leftover pizza. What toppings on your pizza? Pizza for breakfast is an amazing thing, by the way. Pasta. It's tasting pretty yummy. Margarita with pepperoni, okay. But the only place I ever get a margarita pizza is if I'm getting like slices from the pizzeria. I never seem to order a margarita pizza. Like, I might do it in a restaurant, but I don't really eat pizza in restaurants all that often. It's been a while since I've done pizza. My body doesn't love when I have meals full of flour. It's pretty much between the very mild flour allergy and the heat and spice, it's pretty much a surefire bet to give me some heavy duty heartburn in the morning or in the evening while I'm half asleep. Barbecue meat lovers. Now, see, that's where I sort of split off from a lot of pizza people when it comes to pizza. Like, I'm okay with pineapple, like I've said before, as long as it isn't creating a soggy mess. But I have a real problem with using barbecue sauce instead of tomato sauce for a pizza. It is just not my thing. It's right there with Papa John's. It's just way too sweet. Now, if you're making your own barbecue sauce and it's not your typical jarred stuff, that's an entirely different thing. But you look at your jarred tomato or barbecue sauces, and they're all full of sugar. like lots of sugar. Anyone wondering why our rolls here are sort of yellow looking? That's because we got a bunch of cheddar powder in there. We're doing, at the suggestion of Bun Buns, we're doing some cheddar and onion rolls. So I added some onion powder, I added a whole bunch of cheddar powder. There's some dairy powder that I put in there before the cheddar, just thinking I wanted to try putting some dairy powder in there. I would actually think that the cheese powder and the dairy powder would probably hinder, not benefit, a fermentation or proofing. I'm saying that because they're likely containing lactose sugars rather than other types of simpler sugars. And yeast, typically, there's ones that do, but typically yeast does not like to consume lactose sugar. Which is why if you get dairy alcohols and dairy stuff like that, it can be sweeter because there's sugar in there from the dairy that the yeast is not going to consume. That's even sweeter than, by the gram, fat and alcohol, I think are, if I remember this correctly, fat and alcohol are, I believe, 9 calories per gram. Carbohydrates and proteins being more like 4. And so drinking alcohol is like eating straight fat. If you want a reason to cut back on your drinking. Has anyone got any questions on my weird braising liquid for my barbecue ribs tonight, using all that wine? I'm essentially using wine instead of the acidic components that you would otherwise use in that mixture. Whether that's some sort of vinegar or and I really like the flavors that you get out of Zinfandel, like I was talking before. This is one that I know that I'll get more tobacco-y, leathery, barnyardy, like manly flavors. And so that will all go well with the base of that sauce. So what's going to happen here is I've been braising those ribs for 90 minutes now. We're going to go another 30 minutes with them in the oven. And then we're going to take them out of the oven, uncover them, remove the liquid, remove the veggies. I'm going to put those up on the stove and simmer those for a while separately. And then I'm going to put the ribs under some higher heat and get them some color on the outside of them, dry them out a little bit from that braise. Maybe get a nice crust on them if I can. Then we pair them with all the other goodies. Like this. I think I can turn my potatoes back on now. Just let those simmer while we're sitting here and just chatting. Got to mix up those categories, get those eyeballs. Work, mouse. Why are you stuck on that screen? Why do you do this to me, computer? What else can we do while we're waiting? I mean, we got quite a bit going on here for dinner. Like, I feel like I need to fill up this time even though we're waiting on the oven, just chilling out. That's the problem with streaming compared to YouTube videos. It's real. We have to wait for things to cook instead of, you know, there's not something just fake waiting in the oven for me. Not really, Catalina. I gave it a good flip. Well, I flipped it upside down when I changed the container. And then tomorrow I'm going to pull them all out, flip them inside out, and put them back in there. We still have going on in the Discord here. We can give a pump to the Discord here if Mouse wants to work. We still have our vote going here. We have a tied vote here between kangaroo and blue cheese. We've been talking a little bit about blue cheese in the walk-in in my main chat about who's everyone's favorite blue cheese, what's everyone's favorite blue cheese. Kangaroo, I'm honestly a little bit worried about kangaroo. The more I read about kangaroo meat, the less it seems appealing to me. What you ordering for your groceries? Do you let them substitute things for you? Like when I do online ordering, which I do, but typically it's more for things, you know, like canned goods and packaged goods and pre-weighed meats. I don't do my veggies. I don't do that sort of stuff. But do you let them do the substitutions? I never let them do substituting on like anything. It's like, no, I want what I want, my way or the highway. I am trying to do, I don't do that a lot. And I did it mostly around the beginning of COVID. But I mean, I just like picking out what I'm going to order because The other thing about ordering online is you always get all the dented cans, all the stuff that they know it's going to be hard to sell. At least I do at the stores that I order from. I forgot to put this under a slate so that it freezes flat. Don't really have a good place to place here right now. Nope. We'll just worry about you later. I don't have to worry about cleaning out the kitchen, the oven, or the freezer. They don't give you all the bum stuff. Like, every single time, you know, I order something canned. It's going to be the messed up cans and the... Maybe they do a better job. I was watching the people... I've never ordered from Safeway. As far as pre-order, you can. They have spaces for it, but I never see anyone doing it. And I've never... And today was actually the first time I actually saw them having two people walk around. Like, they looked like they were wasting as much time as they possibly could. Just talking and walking down the aisles, the two of them with a cart that could handle maybe 6 orders. Of course, then again, considering one of the guys that I've seen, I never see him doing anything but talking. He doesn't... He shows up to work. They have to get it as if they were shopping for themselves. I wish that was the case, but yeah, that is most certainly not the case with Whole Foods. Whole Foods, it's dented cans, blotchy things, the stuff that they don't think they're... Like I said, I'm repeating myself for like the third time. The stuff that people are going to look at and pass over. Sounds like it. That's sort of awesome. I mean, some of the other... it's different from state to state here, too. I mean, I'm sure you know. But, like, they're completely different rules from state to state, too. Okay, this needs to be a little bit closer to that one. Now I've had a glass of water, I think it's time to get a little vino. And if you're going to see this ad, well, you're already watching the ad. But I'm just going to polish this glass for the next 90 seconds. It's been a minute since I used this glass. I get a lot of marks from my water. My water likes to leave marks on everything and dry out my skin and yeah. A little sediment in the bottle. That's surprising. Anyone's curious about the label for tonight? And this is 2020. Pretty sure I've had 18 and 19 from them. And this has always been an okay wine. You know, I've enjoyed it. It's not been outstanding, but for under 10 bucks, I mean, especially now, that's like a steal. Nice little almost purple tone to that under the camera there. Not quite that purpley to my eye. Take a look at this under with a white background. It's looking considerably darker to me, actually. Usually it looks darker on stream. Maybe it's the new camera. But normally you can't even see the bottom of that glass. It's all the new camera. It's got to be the camera. Let's give this a sniff. Yeah, that's... It's got a little spice there. It's got an almost like... I'm getting an almost like pepperoni note in my nose right now. I don't know if it's word association from thinking about pepperoni pizza earlier. But, definitely some barrel spice. Definitely a little bit of dark fruit there. Much brighter than the aroma off of it. That's got some acid to it for... Yeah, that's considerable. That's got some decent acid. And actually sort of light on the tannins too. I can live with that. That's the last of the bottle, so we want to nurse that. We want that with dinner too. Should be getting close on these taters. We still got another 15 minutes to hang out here and wait on that oven, though. Welcome back, Bun Buns. Yep, taters on the stove. Buns proofing on the cutting board. Got our mac salad already made up. All that mustard spice in there. And yeah, we got ribs. But they got another 15 minutes until I can show those to you. Those are going to be looking pretty when I take them out, I think. That is something I should set up, though, is I can use this. I can reuse the pasta pot. And I'm going to strain out all of the liquid with the ribs when they come out of the oven and keep the veggies with the ribs to do the roasting, and then keep the liquid to reduce in the pan. It's got me wondering where I put that. Do I still have that plastic thing? I like the nice stack of towels, and I like trying to show the logo there a little bit, but I was thinking to myself, I used to have a nice little plastic stand, like one of those menu stands from when I was doing coffee at the farmers markets, and don't know what happened to that. That might be in the trailer, or it may not exist anymore. Got a couple of new food pics in the Discord here tonight. Got George throwing some other goodies up here. Ceviche. I've been wanting to do ceviche for a minute, and doing it when it's this hot is perfect too. I just got too many things in the menu already in the schedule. And then some perhaps roasty toasty pork belly in there. What do we got? We got pork lion ribs. Pork loin ribs. Nice. I'm just seeing that now. That was just posted while we've been sitting here chatting. You eating that right now, Ozzy? You cooking that right now, Ozzy? Ozzy's hooked on those country ribs, I think. That's what those are looking like to me. Yeah, you're always going to get better markings with a nice grill like that. So rarely do you find, like, most of the home grills these days have such small junky grills to them. You need some grills like some cast iron grills that are going to retain a little bit of heat and give you a nice sear. To war. Looking a little better this time. Is this one of ours? No. He's just laying behind and helping all them out. Slowing them all down, though. Go, vampire! I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to being able to turn that air conditioner back on after I'm done streaming. It was hot here today. Uh-oh. 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 You're so close. Come on, vampire. Oh. This is tearing that vampire apart. Oh, no. Boo. You want to start on the other side? It looks like we got more necros on this side this time, though. I think the necros are what's doing it. We can flip sides if you want, though. I'll put my tank here in the corner. And leave it up to you folks. I'm not going to block anything off. You put them where you want, and I'll put the spell where the majority of you all are. I mean, it's not to say we got enough people that have been playing the last couple of maps. We still have enough interest going on here. We could have two forces going in opposite directions. That's perfectly possible. Though I think we're slowing down here a little bit. Let's take a look at the rest of the game while we're sitting here. I'm mostly buying stuff for the characters. I'm basically never going to play myself as a captain. Like, the rogues I sometimes do. And I've already got a rogue up to 28, so it's not like it's got to go that much further. Pallies I'll throw out there. Monks I'll throw out there. Archers, yeah, once in a blue moon, but it's already up there. We got anything under spells? Can we do any? Oh, we can do upgrades. Nice. And high ground. Put the rest into high ground. Haste lets us all run around quicker. Killing Field lets me put a place on the map where we're going to do a ton of damage. High ground is for if we want to do a whole lot of archery. If we got a map, there was a couple of seasons ago or themes ago in the game. There were maps that were very strongly leveled towards archers and ranged, and so I started doing that then. I'm sort of hopeful that they come back. I sort of like those maps. Not quite there. Almost there with our taters. Almost there. Back into food and drink. Yeah, I really like this playlist. This is probably the playlist that I play the least. It's the second newest. Welcome in, Evangeline. What do you think, Bun Buns? I mean, seriously. I mean, granted, I don't have any bacon in the house that isn't fully cured yet. We love butter in this house. Butter makes everything better. We'll hope that holds. I don't think it will, though. It's sort of a cool reflection from the wine. That's the sun coming from through the door, reflecting down. Those still need time. We're bubbling, but we're not cooked yet. "90 seconds. I'm giving it the full 2 hours in the oven because it needs it. This is really something. Ribs are really 3-4 hour to get that nice full rib. We're sort of cheating doing braising. Braising speeds things up a bit, but we're still going to be closer to 3 hours than... Nice, Evangeline. Wow. That's one heck of a scramble. That was a 12-letter scramble. Oh, hey, there goes my... Actually, chat, if you got suggestions for aprons you like, let me know. Put them in the Discord. Because I need to update my apron. This has been a great apron for me, but, I mean, it's 3 years old. It's still usable as an apron, but the hooks and the straps are starting to go. So if anyone's got a favorite apron that you think that I should try out, let me know. I'll take a look. Yeah, no, Fluffy. Not the bathing suit ones, or... I'm not looking for a theme. There are so many terms I've come across that you can't use to say that's your title that, you know, can be misconstrued as other things. Twitch doesn't like butts. They don't like cream pies. They don't like pork butts. They don't like... Oh, I'm trying to remember. I've done like 5 or 6 of them now that just wouldn't be allowed because they were just, I mean, like, straight up menu titles. Okay, just temporarily, we're going to use a plate here to hold our ribs. Then all of this, is that grabbable yet? Not quite. This gets strained into the strainer on the stove. Oops, I should probably leave it there for a moment. So we got our onions, our dried chili, and garlic in there. I'm going to lay the ribs back over the top. And turn the fan on. Up the temperature of the oven up to 400 degrees. I'm going to turn this mixture over here on the stove on. Nice full flame. Get that bubbling. Let's check our taters. Taters are getting closer. Yeah, there's a new redemption button in the channel points. It requires 5,000 sprinkles and 5,000 dough balls. So if you don't have both, but otherwise, please do. While that oven's heating up, move this over the side a little bit. Yep. Egg for our buns. Nope, that ain't working either. And so the buns and the ribs are both going to go back into that 400-degree oven. And hopefully that 400-degree oven help work on getting us some nice crust on this and continue cooking them through. And then the rolls are going to be 10-15 minutes. It won't be that much. Potatoes, we cooked through yet? Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah. I'm going to turn the heat off on the potatoes, put a lid on them. Potatoes are now up here, still with all the water in with them, just not under a flame. Gonna add in a bunch of that cream, or half and half, that I just opened today, but is already past its due date. And we're gonna add some butter in there too. Along with our butter on the stove and our cream, we'll add in some of our salt. Pepper. And MSG. Well, it's probably 2 or 3 days past its expiration date too. I made the mistake of buying 2 pints of half and half. I thought I had one that was on its last legs and I was buying a new one. Reality was I had one that was like 70%. And so I just finished the first one beginning of this stream and I opened the second one for cooking tonight. But yeah, typically you have a couple of days, and the glass jugs do a better job, I think, at keeping it, and there's a number of things. Okay, our oven's up to temp, so let's throw our ribs in there and our buns. We'll take a look at those in 10 minutes. Those were pork juices on the plate that I poured in with the other pork juice. Not that I think I'll have a shortage of liquid to use. heat off on our dairy now that that's nice up to a full boil. Even though the butter isn't melted, it'll do it the rest of the way. Gravy is sort of iffy. I would love to reduce this and use this as a bit of a gravy. The problem with this is the amount of wine may be a bit much when it gets reduced. We'll see. But this has already got, I mean, we got another, that's an inch and a half deep right now. That's got some major reducing to go as far as liquid. Last 6 minutes on Stream Raiders, just enough time to get 2 more units out there before the madness. And grab some more water while we're hanging out. Oops. I can smell that pork. I can smell the bread. It's all smelling amazing in here right now. It's all smelling amazing. And we got this loveliness too. Nice. Mike's picking up a little bit of that sizzle, a little of that cooking noise going on. Just what that mic's there for. Most of that sizzle is actually coming from the oven, by the way. That's not this bubble in here. That's the last of the moisture in the pan, in the hotel pan, and the onions and all that are sizzling in the bottom of the pan, along with the ribs. That's what you're hearing. I wonder if that's still recording. I hope it's not. It's recording it though, which is not what I want. It's muted, so hopefully it's not recording it, but don't know. Still have the old Yeti microphone hanging out up there. I still haven't figured out how I want to do captions. Right now, the Yeti microphone is still handling the captions for everything in the kitchen. But that's really the only thing that it's doing anymore. I'm going to pour off the liquid on the taters. Taters. Back on the stove. Into war. War. Come on, kill him and turn around. Yeah. I think we got it. Victory. Only took us 3 tries. Victory. Enzyke. Catalina getting us our kills and assists there. Honorable mention, Egg Thresh getting 14 more kills there. Catalina getting a decent number of kills too. Catalina and Pizza Lottery getting those scrolls though. I think we're going to call it there for a night for Stream Raiders. Obviously going to continue on tomorrow. Going to be back here doing more lovely food. I hope you join me for that. Well, let's take a look at how we're looking with our rolls and ribs. Let's do main view. Let's do a main view. We got our taters staying warm on the counter over here. We got our liquid, braising liquid still reducing down. Still not to a glaze level. It may take a little while. It may be like leftovers type stuff. Take a look at our ribs. Ribs can hang out in there a little bit longer. Take a look at our rolls. Let's give the rolls another 2-3 minutes too. Take some photos while we're waiting then. We got our mac salad. Do a side of our mac salad. Not that. Just to be a little different, to add a little garnish color. A little bit of freeze-dried oregano. Or not oregano, sorry. Cilantro. We're getting there. Another couple minutes here, we'll have everything ready to pull out. There we go, a little nice light golden brown color on our rolls. I'm going to give the ribs just a little bit longer in there. They actually smell cheddary. I can smell that same cheddar-like smell. It's still like a popcorn cheddar, but it's still a cheddar smell. But those are our onion and cheddar dinner rolls. Feeling nice and light. They're feeling fluffy. Give the rolls in just another minute. We'll try and break into one of those during the stream here, though. Mmm. Mac salad is tasty. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this sauce reduced down for tonight's dinner. But if you want to reduce it down, if you want to get that down to a glaze level, it'll be lovely poured over those ribs. But I am thinking those ribs are just about ready to come out on their own. Oh, wowza. I lost like half my audience stopping Stream Raiders. Ribs. Now we got some ribs. Now we got some ribs. Those are looking mighty yummy to me. Nice big pile mash. So yeah, we have dinner. I was looking a little congested there on the screen, but we got our braised ribs, which actually have a bit more brown color to them in person, I think. We got some nice Maillard brown, caramelized brown around here and up the edge. A lot of it down around this corner here. Yummy potatoes. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's see, who can we spread the love with tonight? Who can we send everyone to go say hello to? Let's see here. I actually think I'm going to call it a night there. Thank you all for joining in tonight. I'm going to be back here tomorrow. Going to be doing more Zinfandel. Going to be doing a New York strip steak. Going to be doing some Brussels sprouts. Going to be doing roasted potatoes. I hope you come back and join me for that. Going to be doing a wedge salad tomorrow too. Use up the rest of that iceberg that I got in the house. So I hope you come back and join me for that. We'll do a little bit more bacon love tomorrow. And yeah, make sure and vote into the Discord vote for your favorite ingredient for Wednesday. It's a tie vote, unless it's changed while I've been gone. And go check out the food pictures in the Discord. All sorts of stuff going on in there during the stream tonight. I wasn't paying too much attention, but everyone was chatting. So have a great night, everyone. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Good night.